Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. It's Kiki, also known as Reminisce Naturals, and in today's video I just want to go over a whole list of equipment and ingredients that you will need to start making lotion or any formulation that you want to start making. Okay, so I wrote a long list. I typed a long list, so I will be looking down frequently. So I just want to give you guys a list of things that you'll need. Okay, for the equipment that you need, I want to go over that portion first because it's the longest list that I have. It's a good bit of equipment that you need, but the first thing you would need is nitrile gloves, the latex free, because any of your customers could be allergic to latex. So I recommend the nitrile gloves. They are blue usually. I mean, the ones I get are blue. And I know with this COVID-19 situation going on, it's going to be hard to find some gloves, or the prices are going to be inflated and overpriced. But you need gloves, because would you want somebody touching your stuff? Would you want somebody preparing something you might put on your face with their bare hands? Because you don't know where their hands been. You don't. So get some nitrile gloves so you could safely and properly and be as sanitized as possible to prepare their stuff. The next thing you will need is an apron. You don't want these ingredients to touch your clothes because some ingredients at concentrated levels could be dangerous or irritating to the skin. The next thing is a hairnet. You need a hairnet because nobody don't want to find your hair in their products. The next thing you're going to need are goggles. You don't want an ingredient splashing in your eye. I mean, if you get water or something in your eye, okay, cool. But if something else splashing in your eye while you're doing an experiment, then you don't want that to happen. Just get you some goggles or lose your vision. You choose. You will also need a scale that measures to 0.00 grams for better accuracy. When you're formulating and putting your ingredients together, measurement is key. You can't measure in cups or none of that because glycerin is heavier than water. So 1 cup of glycerin and 1 cup of water will weigh differently in grams. So you need a scale. Don't measure anything in cups. Now, to bring the water and oil phase together, you will need a blender. I have an Immersion blender and a mini blender, which is basically like a latte blender. I would pull out everything and show you guys what I have, but I feel like that's doing a little bit too much. I will just put a picture of everything that I have on the screen, so because I'm not pulling everything out. That's dead. I have a mini blender. Amazon calls it like a milk frother blender, whatever, to make a latte. I have an Immersion blender, and I have, for my butters, I have a standing mixer. I did not buy a KitchenAid because that's being extra and doing too much. I'm not about to spend over $200, or I ain't even spend $100 on mine because you're making shea butter, not baking. If you was baking cakes, then go ahead and get that, but I'm not. I'm making skincare ingredients. I'm not getting nothing fancy. Another thing you will need is a pH meter because you want your skincare ingredients to complement your skin's pH. I know some hydrosols and maybe some extracts could manipulate the pH of your formulation, so just get a pH meter to be sure. I heard pH strips don't work too well, so pH meter should be the way to go for you. The next thing you will need is a temperature gun, or in a physical temperature like stick or something like that. I found mine in a kitchen section at Walmart, and for my temperature gun I found on Amazon. The next thing you will need that's essential are bowls and beakers, or one or the other. You pick and choose. Do not go in your kitchen and pull anything from your kitchen. Don't use any bowls that you're using for your skincare making in your kitchen. That's just unsanitary because you don't know if any of those ingredients could leave a residue that's hard to get rid of, and y'all gonna be eating on that, and that's just nasty. Like, why would you do that to yourself and your family? Like, just don't do it. Oh my gosh. Them dogs always barking, and I'm sorry that if y'all could hear it. I mean, we're working with chemicals here, so why would you want to do that anyway? You stink yourself up. So don't do that. Just buy separate bowls or beakers. I have both bowls and beakers if you want to test more than one formulation at a time. The next thing you will need are stirrers and or spoons, you know, to stir things. Oh my gosh. Like if you're in the heating phase and you're melting your stuff, stirring the items while it's in the pan will help things melt a little bit faster. Also, they're just essential. Like, you will never know you need them until you need them. And if you want to be accurate, like if you're measuring like something like powder, you need to measure a powder out, you could just get a spoon and sprinkle it over so you won't have to get the whole bag and dump it. The next thing you will need is alcohol to spritz your workspace down. I use it for that reason. I got it in a spray bottle. I use it to clean my table down. I don't use it as a primary cleaner because you want to be extra cautious, extra sanitary when you're working with stuff, especially if you plan on selling them. And I spray my beakers down, I spray my jars down, my lids down, everything down. The next thing you will need is a workspace or a table, a stainless steel table, like a fold-up table. You can even use that. Just try to steer away from your kitchen table. I mean, you could probably do that and lay something down on the kitchen table. That may work. I don't know, but just to be on the safe side, I would get your own work table and your own workspace. And you will need a stove or one of those one-eyed stove thingies. I'll place a picture on the screen that you could just plug up and it's portable. It got like one eye on there. I don't know how to explain it, but it's one of those heating little stove thingies. But those could be way more essential than going back and forth, especially if your workspace is a good distance from the kitchen, then that would be beneficial. I'm definitely going to invest in one soon. The next things that are freaking essential are pipettes. If you want like the exact measurement, you need the exact measurement. It ain't what you want, it's what you need. I pour water, like the jug of water, to a certain extent, maybe like 10 grams away. I stop pouring, get a pipette, use that, and then, you know, finish it off. To like pick up thicker ingredients, like my liquid Dermal Plus is pretty thick and glycerin is hella thick, so I would just cut my pipettes. Oh, that brought me to scissors. You need scissors. And the next thing you will need is a binder or notebook to write down your formulations and your observations of your formulations. You just need to really observe your formulations. So I like to do the old school pen and paper. And that brings me to the sticky labels, like the little sticky paper. I got mine from Dollar Tree. Walmart has them too, but you will want to label your formulations. On the sticky paper, I'll write formulation number 1, and in my notebook, I'll write formulation number 1, and I'll date it. Make sure you date the day you make your formulations also. And then I'll just go on my notebook, write formulation 1, and write all my observations of that formulation. Just be sure to identify your formulations and make sure you know what day you made them and all that stuff. That's really essential. Now, the next thing you will need for yourself is plenty of jars and bottles. I put my formulations in jars. I got some from Amazon, and I also got some from Pat Catans or Pat Catans. It's like a Michael's. They were closing and they were having a huge sale, and I got a good bit of jars from there. So that's where I put all my test formulations in. And I like to test my formulations for at least a month, but I will aim for 3 months. You will need 2 buckets for sanitization purposes and your own dish drying rack for your ingredients. Not the one you use in the kitchen for your dishes, but you need a separate one. The next thing you will need that I think is essential is a lotion calculator. You need a lotion calculator. Now, if you want to do the math yourself, by any means, you could go ahead and do it. But I use a lotion calculator, and I just put my ingredients, the percentage that I want in there, and then I'll put it in grams, and then it'll convert it to how much I will need in that formulation. And you would want your formulations to equal out 100%. Ain't nothing gonna happen if you go over 100%. I'm always going over 100%. I try not to, but it's like I need that amount in there. It's like I literally look at my ingredient list and it's like nothing I could change. So I'm always going over 100%. But if you're a beginner and completely new to this, I suggest you start off slow and you always stay at 100. And the next thing you will need are Ziplock bags or piping bags. You know, people cut the tip of the Ziploc bag and use that as a piping bag. That may be cheaper, don't know. In order to package your lotion has to be completely cooled down, and by that time the lotion would have already set up and be pretty thick and not too fluid to run into the lotion jar. So a piping bag will be pretty helpful. You may also need a funnel too. And the last thing for equipment is a spatula. Along with spoons, you will need a couple of spatulas. I got rubber spatulas. I use them to scrape every last bit of my formulation because I want every last drop. I'm just that particular about things. Okay, that's enough for equipment. Let's move on to ingredients that I think are essential. I was going to make 2 separate videos, but this list is pretty short and straight to the point, so let's go ahead and get into it. Use distilled water. Don't use no tap water from your faucet, none of that. Even if you have Brita. For oils and butter, you will need dry butters, lightweight oils, medium weight oils, and heavyweight oils. I like to experience with all of those, and depending on which formulation you're aiming for, you may need all of those. Like if you want like a heavyweight lotion or original filling lotion, go for like medium to heavyweight oils, and a mixture of light oils. If you want a lightweight oil, of course go for lightweight oils. Now when people was saying dry butters or dry oils, I was always confused on that concept. Like, it's an oil, how could it be dry feeling? They're going to feel oily. But trust and believe, it's some dry butters out here, like mango butter. When I rubbed mango butter onto my skin for the first time, I was like, wow. I was so dumbfounded because I was like, how can an oil feel like this or a butter feel like this? Because I was like, it ain't no such thing as no dry butter. I was one of those people. And the next thing you'll need is a humectant, and glycerin is a good humectant to start off with, and it's very popular and it's very cheap and affordable. So glycerin is a pretty good go-to. Then you can work your way up from glycerin. Again, a preservative. You need a preservative if you're making a formulation that includes water, especially if you're mixing water with oil. Always use a preservative. And of course, an emulsifier. That's funny because that was the last 2 things in my other video, I believe. But of course you need an emulsifier to bring oil and water together to create your formulation. So that's it for today's video, you guys. That's everything that I feel like you'll need to start making your lotion. And once you have just about everything, then you should be good to go. Okay, I'm trying to make a series out of these. I'm not too sure how I want to organize these yet, but I will place my previous skincare videos up in the description card and in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more future skincare content and natural hair content. Give this video a thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next one.